The placement of Rahu in the sixth house is widely regarded as one of the most auspicious and powerful positions for this shadowy planet in Vedic astrology. While Rahu is traditionally seen as a malefic force representing obsession, illusion, and unconventionality, the sixth house is an upachaya, growing, house and adusthana, difficult, house. When a malefic planet sits in a house of struggle, it grants the native the grit and street smarts necessary to conquer the challenges that life throws at them. The warrior's edge. The sixth house governs enemies, debts, diseases, and daily obstacles. With Rahu positioned here, the individual possesses an almost supernatural ability to outmaneuver their opposition. Unlike the traditional approach of confronting enemies through direct strength, a Rahu in the sixth house native uses strategy, psychological insight, and sometimes unconventional or under-the-table tactics to emerge victorious. They are the ultimate problem solvers of the zodiac, thriving in environments that others find chaotic or overwhelming. This placement suggests that the native will not just survive their enemies but will often benefit from the conflicts they encounter. Mastery over mundane labor. In terms of service and daily routine, Rahu pushes the individual toward excellence through obsession. These natives are often workaholics who find it difficult to switch off their minds. They may be drawn to professions that involve dealing with the darker or more complex sides of society, such as litigation, medicine, police work, or investigative roles. Because Rahu represents foreign elements, the native may find success working for foreign companies, dealing with international clients, or specializing in innovative technologies that disrupt traditional service sectors. They have a unique talent for identifying loopholes and creating efficiencies that others miss. Health and the shadow of illusion. While Rahu provides the vitality to fight off illness, it also introduces an element of mystery to the physical body. The sixth house relates to health, and Rahu here can sometimes cause phantom ailments, symptoms that are difficult for doctors to diagnose or conditions that have psychological or psychosomatic roots. The native must be cautious about their nervous system and digestive tract, as Rahu's energy is airy and erratic. There is often a strong interest in alternative medicine, biohacking, or unconventional diets, as the native rarely trusts standard medical advice at face value. Financial resilience and debts. Regarding the sixth house theme of debt, Rahu acts as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can give the native the courage to take massive financial risks or leverage debt to build an empire. On the other hand, the insatiable nature of Rahu can lead to overextension. However, due to the upachaya nature of this house, the native usually finds a way to manipulate their circumstances to stay afloat, often turning a financial crisis into a strategic advantage. They are particularly adept at navigating the complexities of taxes, insurance, and legal disputes. Social dynamics and service. On a psychological level, this placement indicates a soul that is learning to find its place in the hierarchy of service. There is often a feeling of being an outsider or a rebel with a cause within their workplace. They may champion the rights of the underdog or work in fields that are considered taboo or socially unconventional. While they may face criticism for their methods, their results are often undeniable. The karmic lesson here is to balance the drive for worldly victory with the realization that not every obstacle needs to be treated as a war zone. In summary, Rahu in the sixth house creates a formidable personality who is tailor-made for the complexities of the modern world. They are the individuals who can stare down adversity, navigate the most tangled bureaucracies, and emerge with their goals intact. By channeling Rahu's obsessive energy into disciplined service and strategic problem-solving, the native transforms the sixth house from a place of suffering into a theater of triumph. When Rahu occupies the sixth house, the zodiac sign it resides in acts as the flavor of the native's struggle and the specific tools they use to achieve victory. Since Rahu amplifies the qualities of its sign, the placement determines whether the native fights with intellect, emotion, or brute force. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. In earth signs, Rahu is exceptionally grounded and efficient. In Virgo, its sign of exaltation, Rahu becomes a master of precision, making the native an unbeatable analyst or healer who can spot a single error in a mountain of data. In Taurus or Capricorn, the focus shifts to material security and institutional power. These natives conquer their enemies by building superior financial structures or climbing the corporate ladder with relentless persistence. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs emphasize the intellectual and social aspects of the sixth house. In Gemini, Rahu uses communication and fake it till you make it tactics to bypass obstacles. In Libra or Aquarius, the native often deals with legal disputes or social activism. They win through networking, diplomacy, or by leveraging technology and large-scale social movements to dismantle their opposition. Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire signs bring a more aggressive, visible energy to Rahu. In Aries, the native is a literal warrior, tackling problems head-on with a competitive, sometimes impulsive spirit. In Leo, the native may face conflicts regarding ego or authority figures but overcomes them by projecting an image of invincibility. In Sagittarius, Rahu can be more chaotic, as it challenges traditional beliefs or dogmas, often leading to holy wars or philosophical disputes in the workplace. Water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Water signs are perhaps the most complex for Rahu in the sixth house. In Scorpio, Rahu is incredibly potent, giving the native a phoenix quality. They are often most powerful when they are at their lowest point, using intuition and occult-like strategy to survive. In Cancer or Pisces, the battles are often internal or psychological. These natives may deal with secret enemies or hidden health issues, and they find victory through unconventional emotional intelligence or by navigating the undercurrents of their environment. While the natal placement of Rahu in the sixth house describes a lifelong character trait, its transit through this house represents a specific, high-intensity window of time, roughly 18 months, where the warrior energy is supercharged. In Vedic astrology, Rahu's transit through the Upachaya houses, 3, 6, 10, and 11, is considered one of the few times this malefic planet consistently delivers beneficial, material results. It is a period of active problem-solving where the universe essentially hands you the tools to fix what has been broken. The Great Clearing. The sixth house is the dustbin of the zodiac, containing the mess of daily life, debts, legal disputes, and health nagging. When Rahu transits here, it acts like a high-powered vacuum. It brings a sudden, obsessive focus to these areas. If you have been struggling with a long-term debt, this transit often provides an unconventional way to settle it, perhaps through a strategic settlement or a sudden burst of income from an unexpected source. In legal matters or conflicts with coworkers, Rahu grants you the X-ray vision to see your opponent's weaknesses, allowing you to settle disputes in your favor, often before they even reach a courtroom. Professional breakthroughs. For your career, this transit is a period of intense grind that actually pays off. Rahu provides an incredible amount of physical and mental stamina, allowing you to outwork your competition. You might find yourself taking on complex, messy projects that others are too intimidated to touch. Because Rahu represents foreign elements in innovation, success during this transit often comes from adopting new technologies or working with people from different cultural backgrounds. It is a time when office politics can actually be navigated to your advantage. You become the one who knows how to pull the right strings behind the scenes. Physical vitality and healing. While Rahu is often associated with mystery, its transit through the sixth house usually strengthens the immune system. It provides the will to fight against illness. If you have been suffering from a vague or undiagnosed health issue, this transit often brings the right unconventional healer or specialist into your life. You might become obsessed with a new fitness regime or a radical diet. While the results are usually positive, the shadow side of this transit is burnout. Rahu doesn't know when to stop, so the native must consciously schedule rest to avoid exhausting their nervous system. The psychological shift. Collectively, as Rahu moves through a sign in the sixth house, there is a shift toward practical ambition. You stop dreaming about success and start obsessing over the logistics required to achieve it. The enemies you face during this time, whether they are literal rivals or internal habits like procrastination, are finally seen for what they are, obstacles that can be dismantled with enough strategy. It is a transit of triumph, where the underdog finally gets the upper hand by being smarter, faster, and more adaptable than the status quo.